Well, it is now unanimous at the state capitol. The governor, Republican leaders, and Democratic leaders of the General Assembly say the state labor unions must come to the table to negotiate givebacks because the state's cash flow is so bad. Chief political correspondent Mark Davis joining us live tonight with more on this. Mark.
Hi, Scott. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford newsroom. It's now official. The General Assembly will vote on budget cuts for the current budget year, which ends July 1, a week from today over at the state capitol. This as the chorus grows louder and louder for the state labor unions to come to the table to negotiate givebacks in order to avoid layoffs.
The highest-ranking state lawmaker in the General Assembly, Democratic Senate President Pro Tem Martin Looney of New Haven, is joining in the chorus, calling for the state labor unions to come to the table and negotiate givebacks on pensions and benefits to avoid thousands of layoffs.
As somebody who has been a strong labor supporter my entire career here, and I continue to be, and that's why I am advising them for the benefit of their members that they should look to show the leadership they did in 2011.
5 years ago, the unions were also reluctant to negotiate givebacks, and Senator Looney points out that the layoff notices went out, then the unions negotiated a series of givebacks, and the layoff notices were eventually rescinded. He predicts that will happen again this time because, like the governor, he is committed to no more tax hikes, which is what the union leadership is saying should be considered in internal communications to their members.
Not this year. There won't be any tax increase this year. That's why it has to be done through cuts and whatever can be done through labor concessions.
And Looney and the governor say even with givebacks from the unions, there will likely be layoffs anyway.
I'm not even saying that even if they came to the table that we could avoid everything, because this is an issue that's got to be dealt with. But the inability to have those discussions is going to make it far worse.
This is not about unions are bad and we have to take from them, but all hands need to be on deck. There's no other way to look at this. There really isn't.
So Republicans, Democrats, and the governor are all on the same page on this. It's not about going after the unions. It's just that, as she says, all hands need to be on deck on this because there's no other way to solve it. The unions still don't believe it and are still pushing and are reluctant to go back to the bargaining table. So they're planning a unity rally at the state capitol on Monday, April 4th. Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.
And remember, you can find this story and a detailed list of all the areas the governor will be cutting from the state budget at our website, WTNH.com.